everyone, I am not Ricky, obviously. I am Leo. I am the videographer on this trip. Some of you have been asking on the Instagram whether or not I travel business class with Ricky as well. In this case, I am traveling business class. We'll be going from Bali to Singapore on Singapore Airlines.
And you know what that means? I'm in economy class.
So I'm in the Premier Lounge. It's pretty interesting, honestly. I'm just taking a look around. The first thing I noticed is that it's very warm and inviting. The lighting is like very orange. Even the seating and even the wood. It all kind of seems to blend in together. It's a lot of statues, what I'm assuming is important religious figures to them. And I think that's nice, actually. I think it kind of sets the tone for where the place is and kind of pays homage and respect to where we're at. I got myself a plate of food. That's pretty good. Very interesting experience to kind of just get free food in an airport. Normally I'd be lined up at like a McDonald's or something, but it's really good. And I also got myself some tea. Definitely a strange experience, but also definitely worth it.
Now, as I settled into my Singapore Airlines economy class seat, I took a look around at the seat features in front of me. There's quite a lot of stuff jammed into this small seat back, starting with a drink holder on the right-hand side, a small extendable storage unit just under the entertainment screen, USB and power outlets, as well as the lighting controls, and then underneath that, you've got a tray table that folds over with drink holders on both surfaces, as well as a little vanity mirror that can slide open so you can check yourself out. The literature pocket is down below that, with a few extra pockets attached to it for storing your phone, and here there's also an air sickness bag in case you need it. The economy class seat reclines a fair bit, and during the course of the flight, I leaned my seat back to feel a little bit more relaxed. On the plus side, even though I was in economy class, there was nobody sitting next to me, and I had the whole row to myself, which is always a pleasant surprise when it happens. We've taken off now from Bali and we're about 2 hours outside of Singapore. I've settled in nicely to my economy class seat over here. You see I've got the charging cable set up and it's really nice. There's a little pocket that you can put your phone in that's made specifically for that. Yeah, so far a very comfortable experience. Maybe less comfortable than some of my usual flights, but still, you know, good enough for a daytime couple hours over to Singapore. I'm looking forward to the meal service.
We are in the business class seat now. We've taken off. I thought I'd show you guys around and just kind of go through my preliminary thoughts as we go around the seat. Okay, so just taking a look around, we have our giant monitor here. You press this button, I believe it pushes the monitor out. I'm assuming this is for when you lay down, which we'll check out later. There's a little coat hanger clip here. I like that. The seat itself is pretty spacious. I gotta say, I'm a fairly short dude. I'm like 5'7", 5'8". But the fact that I can extend my legs straight out is pretty nice. Down here, you got a nice little mirror. Hello. And then you have a nice little compartment here. I also came with headphones. Might be using that later, actually. And a nice little tray table, which at some point I will place the camera on here. Other things to note, literature pocket here, a lot of leg space in there, and some storage space just beneath that. Over here we have the remote controller for the TV, some storage space, which as you can tell, I've already made use of because shooting on a plane requires a fair amount of equipment. And then the tray table. So that's pretty cool. And then coming to the right of that, we have a little bit more storage space here. And then your outlets, very handy universal outlets. That has been a godsend during this trip. A little reading light, 2 levels to that. And then on the other side, just in case you didn't have enough light, you can set a little bit more. Coming down from there, some seat controls. This is, I'm assuming, where you set everything to lie flat mode, lights, calling for help, do not disturb button. It's quite nice, actually. Okay, real quick, something that I forgot to bring up that stood out to me was that we ordered our meals like a day in advance, which I quite like. I didn't know that you could do that on a business class flight. So it's something that I like a lot because I'm one of those people that gets anxious staring at a menu while the waiter's waiting for you to order. I ordered nasi lemak. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so I'm sorry. But I'm very excited to see what the presentation's like. They just told me that the meal service was happening soon.
Lunch is served here in economy class. Check this out. I'm loving the arrangement. You've got your tray table, a little space for putting your first drink, and then another holder for putting your hot beverage. So everything's laid out very nicely. Very interesting presentation here with the boxes too for the food. Let's open it up. Check that out. Chicken and rice presented beautifully in this nice little box. As far as economy class meals go, this one was pretty delicious, and I finished the entire box in just a few minutes. That was a really good chicken and rice main course, and now here we've got another little box. It's gonna be the dessert. Let's take a look here. Kind of looks like, kind of smells like a coffee cake. Soft, creamy texture. Great taste as well. Singapore Airlines economy class. It's a good experience.
Okay, so to start off the meal service, they gave us some fruit and a croissant. I also got some orange juice and some tea, so looking forward to that. And then, yeah, getting into the meal service. I'm very much enjoying this appetizer. It's a warm croissant, couldn't ask for more. A dragon fruit. Dragon fruits are very subtle in flavor, so love a good dragon fruit. And I don't remember the name of this fruit. I remember that it can get very bitter in taste, and I eat it a lot at home, so maybe not for everybody, but I enjoy it a lot. Okay, so my nasi lemak is here. Very excited to eat this. It smells super good, and I'm expecting a lot of rich flavors here out of this. Spicy. So I got my nasi lemak. Very excited to eat it. It's very fragrant. Just cutting into the chicken now. This chicken's one of those things I get a little worried about eating when I go out. Mainly because it's one of those proteins that's pretty easy to overcook and dry out. So pleasantly moist. Roasted peanuts are adding a level of earthiness to the dish that I really like, as well as the dried sardines. Sort of adding a level of salt that kind of be missing a little bit in the chicken, but it's very nice. I believe what this is probably some sort of like a braised tofu. I quite like it. It's very flavorful, and the nice thing about tofu is sometimes it just absorbs whatever it's cooked in. So, super delicious. As for the mushier part of this dish, it is extremely spicy. It's very good though. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's good that there's plain rice here to level it out. And the rice itself is very nice as well. It's not just plain white rice, it's also very nutty. Very delicious. Okay, so that dish definitely made it into the Clean Plate Club. It was perfectly spicy, right amount of nutty and earthy. One of those dishes that just kind of fills you with warmth as you eat it. If you're ever flying business class on Singapore Airlines, I would definitely recommend getting it if it's on the menu.
Let's take a look at the economy class bathrooms on Singapore Airlines. Big mirror at the front and on the side. Even in economy class, you've got your toothbrush amenities. That's definitely a very nice feature. Right here, there's the sink, a little bit of hand soap, and then on the opposite side, you've got a baby changing table. Okay, so we're in the washroom now. Big mirror, spanning probably the entirety of this, except for this section here. Mirror on the back, a little decorative flower there as well, so that's nice. You got your sink, garbage, little cup dispenser. Interesting. Up here, you have hand lotion, facial stuff, an eau de toilette, and then a couple of hand towels. You also have a baby changing table here. A
think over here you also have a seat. Probably something to sit down on and put your feet on. I would say this is probably a pretty standard bathroom. It's quite spacious though. I can actually like fully move around 360, so that's nice. Okay, so yeah, I have put the seat back as far as it will go. It's more of a recline situation. Quick things to note, there's a lot of leg room, and there's also some storage beneath that you can put your shoes in when the seat is, moved all the way up.
And with only a short amount of time left on the flight, I managed to get some work done and relax a little bit before we eventually landed in Singapore.
Well, that was business class seat on Singapore Airlines. I enjoyed myself a lot. I got to rest. I got really good food. Got to work a little bit. And yeah, it was all around very comfortable. For a first time, honestly, it was a good impression. I think I would do that again. What about you, man? How was it?
Economy class, just okay. I mean, honestly, Singapore Airlines economy was pretty good. I had my little space to myself. No seat neighbors next to me, which was pretty great too. Nice food as well. Got a little boxed lunch, chicken and rice, little desserts, and then a few beverages too. And the time passed pretty quickly. So I think overall, if you're flying Singapore Airlines, whether in business class or economy class, you can't go wrong. It's one of the world's best airlines after all. Now we've landed in Singapore, and it's time to go explore the city.